Behind the Brand, episode.
Is this camera on me?
I hope so.
Welcome back to the Half a Day Show. I'm your host, Jay Half a Day, the flyest man on the internet. And today we are having another episode of Behind the Brand. Joining me is a rising star, owner of the Nebular Club, content creator, and this Put That Shit On. Please welcome Nataya Johnson. Nataya, I am super excited to have you joining us on the show today. I want to highlight your brand, put a spotlight on your story, and get to know you a little bit better. So before we get to our questions, could you just give us a little bit of background about yourself?
Yeah, of course. Everyone, my name's Nataya Johnson. I'm from Seattle, Washington, and I just recently relocated to DC. I really love it here, and I'm a creative, so I dip into a little bit of everything, but right now I'm really focused on my brand. It's called the Nebular Club, and I designed some graphic beanies inspired by my art, and I, made some beanies. They're lined with satin, and so they're specifically made for people with curly hair, so you don't mess up your hair when you want to wear a hat that day, and yeah, that's what I'm all about.
So Nataya, honestly, I would be remiss if we didn't start with your outfit. Could you describe your fit today?
Yeah.
I really love this outfit.
Okay, so today I wanted to style my outfit based off my top-selling beanie. So I got the beanie on. We got that. We got this black tee that I've had forever. These pants, these are from my dad's closet, actually.
Really?
He's got the best style. I'll tell you that. My dad's closet. Some of my favorite SBs. I love bright colors, so I had to put that little pop in there. We got this mini skirt under here that matched the color perfectly, so I had to incorporate that color somewhere. And then a loud belt, bedazzled. I like the loud stuff, so.
How'd I do with my Nataya fit? I took it off, but
I feel like it looks good. Like, you got the cargos. I love a white tee. You got the little bit of bling, the shoes with the fur. I love textures and stuff like that. You did awesome.
I tried just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to get into our questions. We got the outfit breakdown. You said you're an artist. Like you said, you make art. What kind of art do you make?
Well, I dabble in a little bit of everything. The hats specifically were inspired by these paintings that I make. And I'm really into science and art. And so I've made these paintings where it's like an abstract background with like bright colors, and then it'll have an organ, so like an eyeball or a brain or lungs or something like that. And I put it all together just to combine like the two worlds of arts and sciences. I feel like are really different, but I like to combine the two. And actually a lot of people were asking me to sell my paintings, but I was really attached to them. So I was like, let me just make something for the people since people want to buy it. So I designed these beanies and I made them in the same likeness. And so, yeah, the paintings inspired the hats. And so I kind of took it over to another revenue, and yeah.
That's dope. So which one came first, science or art? Which was your first passion?
Oh, that's a good one. I'd say art, just because like being younger is easy to just like draw pictures and do stuff like that. But from a young age, since I was 4 or 5, I remember writing it down on paper as well when I was younger. I said I wanted to be an artist and a scientist when I grew up. And so I feel like I'm kind of doing that. Like I'm combining the two, so.
That's crazy. One of the questions I have written down was, would little you, be impressed with where you are now?
Yeah.
When you were younger, is this who you envisioned that you would be at this age?
I think for sure. I feel like I always try to do things that would fulfill me and fulfill, my younger self and just reach the dreams that I always wanted to. And it's so cool when I finally, hit those things and, even making new goals and reaching those. I just feel like I'm always, doing things for myself. And that's
Yeah, I love that. And we're going to get into some of your dreams later and your inspirations and your influences. But I did want to ask you, how do you describe yourself in your content and what do you do? If you had to give yourself one title, what would you call yourself?
I would say colorful. Just that. Colorful as a theme to describe myself. And then I describe myself as a creative because I like to do a lot of different things. I don't really want to put myself into a box. But colorful because, I don't know, my favorite color has always been purple, but you would never know that. There's so many things. There's so many things that I love, and they're all different colors. I always love to have a pop of color in my outfits. My room is super colorful, super uncoordinated, but that's my vibe. And so, just really colorful. I love to keep things exciting and stuff like that.
How are you making DC home? How are you making it feel like home now? This is your first time in Virginia, actually. So
Yeah. Well, I'm making it feel like home just by I really like meeting people. So for one, I started with that, meeting new people and just talking to new people, learning people's stories is so fun. A lot of people don't like talking to strangers. I love talking to strangers, like getting people's random stories, like Uber drivers, the servers at coffee shops, just like everything. I love people's stories because you don't know where it could take you.
Sure don't.
And this is stuff that you can't get like easy. Like you really like, there's hidden gems everywhere. You guys need to start talking to people. Life hack. So for one, talking to people, I'd say also when it comes to like my living space, just, bringing like little things from home. I've had the same decorations for my room for like the past 4 years, and I kind of just refurbish stuff. So everywhere I go, kind of just feels like the same room in a different font.
Wow.
Yeah.
What an answer. But you're out here for school. You're at Howard now?
Yeah.
What are you studying?
I'm studying human performance with a specialization in sports medicine and a minor in biology.
And what is your, I know you like the art and the content creation. What did you want to do with that? What do you want to do with that?
Well, I really love people and I really love helping people. So things like nutrition and mental health and things like that, that's the direction I wanted to go. Because I've always wanted to go into the medical field, but I've never been into the biology aspect of it, the chemistry aspect of it. I just really love people. So I was just thinking, what's the most personal, like medical direction I can go in? I was thinking.
And that's real. How would you describe your time at Howard so far? Are you meeting other creative people there?
It's been really cool, actually. There's been a couple of my TikToks that I've made that people have found. There was one recently where I was like kind of poking at Howard University and it kind of went viral and a lot of my people...
I saw that one.
You did?
I sure did.
That's so funny. A lot of the people on my hall are like friends that I know. They're coming up to me. They're like, I didn't know you were famous. I didn't know you make TikToks. And I'm like, yeah, sorry, guys. I'm the new person. And I'm kind of just like, kind of dumping on Howard. I just got here. But it's like, it's real. I'm keeping it real. And it was funny. So there's that. But I have met some other creatives. Or if I just see people with like a cool outfit on campus, I'll be like, I really like your outfit. Do you make content? Stuff like that. So yeah, it's been awesome. I really like Howard. It's about it.
And Howard's a great place. Shout out to the Bisons. But if we could go back just a little bit to Seattle, what is it like growing up there, like creatively in the art space? I feel like it is a really artsy like area, but I have no idea. I've never been out there.
Right.
Let us know. I'm sure everybody that's watching doesn't know either.
I feel like Seattle is it's artsy, but you just have to know where you're looking. For me, I do a lot of my research and stuff online. I have a lot of creative friends who are in like dancing and arts, a lot of entrepreneur spirits in my family. And so I have that to like look up to and look around. It's really just about the people you surround yourself with. Because you can go to Seattle and think like, oh, no one here is like me. I hate this vibe here. But you could also go and find all the people that you were looking for, be in all the right spaces. It's really just about like your network.
So your creativity really is unmatched though. Like when it comes to like your content creation, your art, your fashion sense, the attention to detail and like the way you coordinate things. I really enjoy it. I like watching your videos. How do you come up with your ideas for everything?
That's a great question. For one, I always like to keep things interesting. I have a really short attention span. So if I'm thinking about a video for idea, I'm thinking about if I wasn't me, would I watch that video? Because I just can't do boring. I can't do plain stale. I like to switch things up a little bit. So it might seem like my content's all over the place sometimes, but really I'm just going with the flow. I'm going with what I would find interesting and I'll find the right people. It's been working so far. So
It has.
Yeah, it has. But when it comes to making content recently, like I've been more into like fashion content and stuff like that. And I've just been in the vibe of like, this is a really interesting piece. Like this hat is so cool. Let me make a video about this. And then I'll get ideas from that and they'll just start flowing.
Can you talk about the hand?
So I really love editing in Photoshop and stuff. That's one of my artistic ways of expressing myself. And so I feel like I have this theme of like giants, big hands, big feet, things like that. And so in most of my videos, I'll incorporate like a little like big hand that's like grabbing something or like dropping me into the frame. So it's like a theme. I feel like there's a giant persona out there, big meat.
Nah, it cracks me up. Honestly, I think I'll put it in that video. the Get Ready With Me. I'm going to try and put my hand in it. We'll see if it works.
Okay.
But yeah, creativity, the editing, like everything, you're doing a killer job on it. I don't think anybody's doing it like you in like the digital space. But I want to know, have you ever been in a creative rut? And if you have, what is it like there and how do you get out?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I've definitely been in a creative rut. For me, what that looks like is not being motivated or not finding anything interesting enough to actually do it. Because I can have ideas all the time, but when it comes to forcing myself to do things, usually my work doesn't turn out to be as good as I know it can be. So when it comes to things like that, I don't really force it. You know, I'm doing this because I love to do it, not because I'm trying to monetize it or make money off of it. So if I'm ever in a creative rut or something like that, I just try to like thug it out, kind of feel for when, you know, the motivation starts coming back. And I'm always being mindful of like making sure it's not something I put completely on the back burner. But I just want to make sure the content I'm putting out is my best and I don't want to force anything. So, you know, just go with the flow.
Go with the flow. That's how you get out of the rut.
Yeah.
I like it. So if we could talk about the Nebular Club then, how did you come up with the name? Why Nebular?
Okay.
I know it sounds sciencey, but like there has to be a story behind it.
Okay. It's really not a complex story. I really just wanted a brand that started with the first letter of my name. And so I was just like, I was like, let's find words that start with N. And I looked up a nebula. That's like a space explosion and super colorful. It looks dope. No one probably knows what it looks like. You can insert a picture though. And they're really cool. So I was just like, that's it. The Nebular Club. That's my brand. Hello.
I'm not mad at it though, but actually I'm curious though. Why beanies? Like I know you said that you wanted to place your art into something with fashion. Why beanies? Why not like a hoodie or a t-shirt?
Yeah, I knew I wanted to do like really bright colors and something eccentric. And I was thinking about what I would wear. Like personally, I don't know a lot of hoodies. It's like if it looked exactly like this, would I wear it as a hoodie? Maybe, maybe not. But I was just thinking of like accessories, things like that. Starting off slow, like this is my first big project. What's something I could get into and sell for a reasonable price? So beanies was the first thing that came to mind, and that kind of just stuck.
How long you been in business?
It's been a year.
Wow, congrats.
Thank you.
Could you talk about the entrepreneurial side of like, you know, owning a clothing brand? What are some of the struggles and, you know, challenges you face as a brand owner?
Yeah, I'd say a lot of people don't tell you it's really hard to do this legally. Like, if you want to get into the business and sustain it, I feel like your best bet is to do it legally. Register it with your state. Make sure you're paying your taxes. No one told me that I had to pay taxes, quarterly? I had 2 letters of delinquency before I even knew. I was just like, whoa. So, yeah, you really need to make sure you're doing your research and on your P's and Q's. Shout out to my dad because he really helped me with all this. We went to the Capitol, registered my business, got all the codes and numbers and tax things filled out all in a day. And it just started flowing after that. He really helped me out with that. So, yeah, get a mentor, someone who really knows how to do it because it's honestly really stressful trying to do it on your own. Yeah, but the entrepreneurship part of it, aside from the legal part, I feel like that's the least exciting part of it all. I feel like it's awesome. It's really freeing being able to think about what you want to do, what you like to do, what you can contribute to the world, and making it reality. And then people actually engaging with it and supporting you and saying like, this is actually dope. I really like this. It's like the best feeling ever. I recommend everyone to start their own stuff. It's really fun.
So let's talk about branding. The episode is called Behind the Brand. We're trying to get behind Nataya and the Nebular Club. What is your approach to branding? Is it intentional or is it organic? Like, do you just sort of go with the wind, like you have some art and then you make a piece? Or is it like there's something that's trending and you want to make something related to that? What's your approach?
I'd say it's a little bit of both. I feel like when I first was getting into the beanies and my approach, I was looking at Mea Culpa. And I was like, oh, I really like those hats, but $80 for a hat is wild. I'm not going to lie, you guys. If you got it, that's great. But I just wanted to make something that was a little bit more affordable and authentic. I wanted to make something that no one has made before. And that's a really big part of my personality, too. I love wearing clothes and wearing stuff, making stuff that hasn't been done before.
So you've never had a cease and desist because everything is based on your art.
Yeah, if anything, I'm gonna have to start rolling those out because people
Have you tried to copy you?
Hey,
Really?
if it ends up happening, I've had a couple comments where people like, she's watching you. I'm like, I would hope not.
I mean, she be watching everybody. They be trying to, it's rough out here.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it. I honestly envy y'all, but yeah, no, it's too stressful having a brand. What's it like dealing with manufacturers?
That is so stressful. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm envious of people who have a great relationship with their manufacturers. I personally went through Alibaba, and it's really hard for one to find someone who will do the amount that you want for a good price, the exact way that you wanted. I'd say after maybe reaching out to 10 people, I narrowed it down to 3, and then I narrowed it down a little bit more to 2, and I was trying to go back and forth with samples between who has a better price, who has a better quality, and sometimes they'll play in your face, like, I can do that. They'll make it, send you a sample. What is that? That is not what I wanted at all. And then there's also a little bit of a language barrier when it comes to stuff like that, and then time, because most of the time it's coming from overseas. It's really stressful, you guys. I'm gonna warn you now. But it's worth it when you finally get the product that you're wanting and, things like that. But it is stressful.
It is stressful. That's why I ain't gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite beanie you've made so far?
I say this one. The black one is definitely my favorite.
Why is it your favorite?
I think because it has 4 different colors in it, you can style it any which way you want. You can go based off the black, the orange, the green, or the yellow. And honestly, these beanies, I wear them front or back. You can wear them either way. Like, you see that? Yeah.
Nebular.
Nebular. That's it.
So outside of, your artwork, what are some other things that inspire you creatively? I can't talk today.
I'd say I love watching other creators, seeing what they have going on. That's actually how we met. I recreated one of your videos. So it was the How to Dress Like Little Yachty video. That one went big on TikTok and Instagram, you guys. He actually, he did that video. His friend.
Yachty.
Yeah, and so I really like watching other creators and seeing what they have going on, drawing inspiration from things like that. My friends are really creative. A lot of my friends dance. A lot of my friends make music. They have their own brands. So just taking a second to put what I have going down, put what I have going on down and look to see what other people are doing, it usually gives me like a spark just to like see something fresh, see something new. It really like keeps me flowing.
So what would you say is the value of community and, reaching out with other creatives and like collaborating with them? How valuable is it to you?
I feel like it's super valuable. I feel like your network is a big part of how successful you're going to be. It's really all about people. And I feel like the more connections and the more people that you have behind you, it really is what's going to push you forward, especially if you're surrounding yourself with people who you might consider to be at a higher position than you or, moving a little bit faster. It's going to automatically like push you to where they are and improve yourself. You don't want to be with people who are constantly like dragging you down or, you kind of just want to keep improving. So it's really great to network with people who you think are inspirational or will push you to be better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So on the other hand, though, you have what's called imposter syndrome. How do you feel about that? You ever experienced that?
I think so. Just looking at my social media now, I feel like the growth, it happens really fast. And sometimes just looking at the numbers and looking at 800,000 people saw this video. What does that really mean? Sometimes it doesn't feel real.
It doesn't feel real. Like the internet is still something that you really can't conceive all the way. Like it's like you just sitting here in front of a camera. Nobody's there. But then, bam. It's like, It's wild.
Yeah, it is wild. I definitely get that feeling sometimes, but I try to shake myself out of it. Like, I'm just doing what I'm doing. These people are here because they find it entertaining. They like what I'm doing. I'm not trying to be someone I'm not. I'm just going to keep being me. And I just kind of try to brush off that feeling. I feel like everything that I've done and where I'm at now is because I deserve it. And, it's just going to keep going.
So outside of, content creation, fashion, art, what are some of your other hobbies that you have?
Ooh, I've been getting into like the simplistic things. Like coloring books.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie, it's so therapeutic. I love coloring. Because as much as I love to be out there and do things never before seen, sometimes just like coloring in like things that are pre-made, it's nice. It's really nice. I've been doing that recently, listening to music. I've been looking forward to go see Dustin Conrad when he comes to DC. And I've been just looking into his music, studying things like that. Yeah, it's just like little things.
Dustin Conrad.
Dustin Conrad? He's amazing. Up and coming artist. He's awesome. I'd say it's like a R&B, like he has a lot of Caribbean influence.
Really?
So I really
From Seattle?
He's not from Seattle. I'm not 100% where he's from.
Can we get him a beanie?
Yeah.
Dustin Conrad.
Dustin, I'm coming to see you. I'm gonna be there in DC. You're getting a beanie.
Throw the beanie.
Hello, I'm gonna do that.
Exactly. So I want to ask you then, outside of Dustin Conrad, is there anybody you would really like to see wearing Nebular Club?
I think I'd really love to see. I really like Tiana Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Her style is immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
She looks amazing in everything she wears, and she's always wearing something that's like, what is that?
Yeah, she's my favorite.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like she would look amazing in it. I'm gonna just say her. She's awesome.
That's a great answer. You also mentioned, I think you said all your friends dance and sing. Do you dance and sing?
That's
Maybe
funny.
they were in pop locking next to them.
I know a little two-step. I can tell you that. I did hip-hop and tap dance for a couple years when I was growing up. Yes, tap dance, a little bit of ballet. Don't quote me on that, though. A little rusty. But I just love trying new things. So it's like I can do hip-hop and tap and dance and stuff like that just to try it, but it was never really one of those passions that really stuck. And I was like, this is me. So when it comes to the art and stuff, that's something I've always been doing and it's been consistent. So that's really stuck. But I love dabbling in new things, trying new things. So I could tell you I've probably done a little bit of everything.
Last question of the day.
Okay.
What's your biggest dream and how do you accomplish it?
I feel like my biggest dream is not really based on like how much money I'm making or my specific career choice. I just know that, for one, I love making connections and talking to new people, meeting new people. I want to constantly be in a space where I can meet new people and grow in that way. I feel like I also always want to be in a position where I can do the things that I like. So if I like to film myself, like putting on an outfit, if I want to make art and sell it or keep it to myself, I want to be in a position where whatever I'm doing in my life, I can do that. And I have time to do the things that I love to do. So I'm kind of just going with the flow. I'm making a name for myself in a lot of different areas. And I'm, trying to be practical. I'm pursuing a degree. I'm doing things in a way that I feel like would be beneficial for my future. Started a 401k, I'm all into that. But I just want to constantly be in a position where I'm doing what I love to do and I'm waking up excited about what I'm going to do today.
Absolutely. I love it. So, Natalia, it's been a pleasure speaking with you, learning about you, and putting a spotlight on your brand. I hope everything that you want, you achieve it and you accomplish it in your life. And thank you for joining us. You can find her on all social media platforms at
Natalia on Instagram, not Natalia on TikTok, the Nebular Club for a beanie, and
that's it. As always, this has been an episode of The Half a Day Show, bringing you education, entertainment, and everything in between. See y'all next week. Bye.